It seems like the new celebrity hot topic these days is discussing A-list hygiene practices, or rather their lack thereof. Not really sure how this came to be the new thing that everyone is obsessed with, but I guess this is just the entertainment news placeholder until the next big scandal happens, but knowing Hollywood, that should be any day now. Anyways, I've compiled a list of celebrities who aren't very popular right now due to the way they smell, so let's count down the top 10 celebrities who don't wear deodorant. At number 10, Matthew McConaughey. I can't say I've ever looked at a celebrity and thought to myself, I wonder what they smell like. But apparently there are some celebs out there who don't smell too great, like actor Matthew McConaughey, for example. He was recently exposed for being one of those celebrities who doesn't wear deodorant, and actress Yvette Nicole Brown told sources just what he smells like. Apparently Matthew has refused to wear deodorant for the past 30 years because he believes that, quote, a man should smell like a man, end quote. What that means exactly is beyond me, but I've been doing this long enough to just not think about it too hard and move on. Anyway, since he hasn't worn deodorant in 30 years and is known around Hollywood for that bizarre reputation, people really want to know exactly what the actor smells like, and we finally have an answer for that odd question. Apparently he just smells like nothing. Not good, not bad, just nothing. Yvette told sources about how she discovered his scentlessness, saying, quote, I remember that Matthew McConaughey said that he did not use deodorant and that he did not have an odor. So my first thought was, I'm going to get as close to him as I can to see if he's right. He does not have an odor. He smells like granola and good living. He has a sweet, sweet scent. That's just him, and it's not musty or crazy, end quote. Good to know that he's not one of those super smelly celebs. At number 9, Cameron Diaz. According to actress Cameron Diaz, the world would, quote, smell better if people stopped using antiperspirant. I beg to differ, but to each their own, I guess. Cameron is another Hollywood star who doesn't believe in using antiperspirant because she says it's not good for you. The actress told sources that, quote, you're stinky because you use antiperspirant. It keeps all the stink in, end quote. Apparently she hasn't used the product in 20 years or so, and she said that everyone should stop using it too. She does, however, have advice for those who are going to stop using antiperspirant, saying, quote, just let it go and trim your armpit hair so it doesn't hold in the scent, end quote. I can't say I'll be joining that trend, but thanks for the advice anyway. Now before I go any further, I would like to take a moment to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, because it really does help to support the channel. At number 8, Julia Roberts. When you find someone on a compiled list of celebrities who have the worst personal hygiene, you know something is up. Actress Julia Roberts is one of the stars who apparently has awful hygiene, and it's because of her au naturel type lifestyle. During an interview with Oprah Winfrey back in 2008, Julia admitted that she isn't someone who uses deodorant, saying, quote, I don't actually use deodorant, it's just never been my thing, end quote. In the interview, they had been talking about makeup, skincare, and hygiene, and the actress admitted that she isn't really all about that kind of stuff and prefers to stay all natural in every sense of the word. She admitted that sharing that side of herself isn't really something that she likes to admit to often because it's taboo. Now if you're wondering what she smells like, well apparently it isn't pleasant. Apparently, according to one of the star's former bodyguards, Julia also goes without showering for a while, saying that the actress likes the smell of her own natural oils. He also went on to comment on how Julia can smell, quote, musty at times. So there you go. At number 7, Simon Baker. Next up on our list we have actor Simon Baker. Simon here has admitted that he doesn't use deodorant, and he has a pretty bizarre reason as to why he thinks you don't need to. According to sources, Simon has said that, quote, if you drink enough water you shouldn't have to, end quote. On top of that, the actor has said that he doesn't really keep toiletries either, as he said, quote, I don't like fancy fiddly girly stuff, end quote. I wouldn't say that toiletries are necessarily girly since it's pretty genderless, but I digress. The actor has also opened up about his carefree lifestyle when it comes to his appearance, and has said that when he isn't working, he, quote, turns into a woolly mammoth, commenting on how he won't cut his hair or maintain his appearance within that time. The more you know. At number 6, Tom Ford. Ironically, Tom Ford, who has released a line of fragrances over the years, is actually a pretty big fan of natural body odor. Tom has admitted to not using deodorant and considers himself something of a natural scent connoisseur. In an interview, Tom said, quote, I don't wear deodorant. I don't. I actually love the way that human beings smell, and I love the way my dog ears smell. My smell is a little sweat, a little dog, end quote. Ironically, he said all of this at the launch party for one of his fragrances, so I guess we know that he does not use his own products. Going more in depth about his fondness for human scents, he also told the source, quote, I think a lot of us have gotten so weird about it, especially Americans. Americans love to, like, wash away all trace of human smell. I like human smell. It's what makes us attracted to each other. I mean, I'm not attracted to some laundry that I take out after I put Febreze in it. I don't like clean. I don't like the smell of soap. end quote. Now I'm not sure I would want to get close to Mr. Ford now because I like my environment to smell clean, expensive, and a little floral, so I don't think we get along. At number 5, Leonardo DiCaprio. Actor Leonardo DiCaprio is a very environmentally conscious person. He cares a lot about the environment and does the most he can in his everyday life to contribute to the care of our planet, but apparently this also includes jeopardizing his personal hygiene in the process. It's been revealed that Leo doesn't wear deodorant over concerns of how it will impact the environment, but on top of that, the actor also apparently only showers a couple of times per week. According to his ex-girlfriend Erin Heatherson, this aspect of his life was kind of upsetting to her because his personal hygiene was so poor. According to a source who was close to Erin at the time, quote, Leo has let his love for the environment take over his whole world and it's killing his love life, end quote. Apparently Erin also voiced how she felt as though Leo loved the environment more than he loved her. She also exposed him for how he would leave garbage around his kitchen to the point where it started to smell, so I guess that's fun too, I guess. At number 4, Shailene Woodley. Up next, we have actress Shailene Woodley on our list of deodorant list celebrities. Shailene is one of the stars in Hollywood who pride themselves on their organic, all-natural way of living. In the past, Shailene has been known for consuming clay as a method of detoxing her body. She's also told sources about how she suns her nether regions to ward off infections, but on top of all these natural remedies, Shailene also doesn't use any type of deodorant and once again takes a more natural approach to managing her smell that not many people are fond of. One source told the Star publication about Shailene's odor management where they said, quote, Shailene rubs these essential oils all over her body and they aren't very welcoming scents, end quote. They continued to dish about the actress's smell, saying, quote, her smell is totally offensive. It's gotten so bad that her stylist is having a hard time borrowing designer outfits for her to wear because she makes the gown stink, end quote. It seems as though in an effort to manage her body odor, she's left smelling worse rather than better, and fashion designers aren't very happy about that because apparently it affects her styling. Though her natural lifestyle is good for the environment, apparently it's not good for the fashion industry because, quote, there's absolutely no way to get that stench out of those expensive fabrics, end quote. It must be hard for designers to want to work with the actress over fears of having their pieces ruined by whatever smell Shailene is giving off. At number 3, Kourtney Kardashian. Just by looking at the Kardashians, I get the impression that they must all smell expensive. I just look at them and think that their fragrances must cost more than my existence, but it turns out that really can't be said about Kourtney Kardashian because according to her ex Scott Disick, she actually smells really bad. Scott once dished about how Kourtney had decided to stop using deodorant after she started breastfeeding during an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. In the clip, he and Khloe sat down to discuss Kourtney's decision to stop wearing deodorant, where Scott said, quote, she reeks, only because she doesn't believe in wearing deodorant because she thinks it's bad for her breastfeeding or something. It's uncomfortable. You don't want to tell somebody you love that they stink, end quote. I would imagine that it would be a very difficult conversation to have someone, but if it's as bad as Khloe and Scott made it seem, then that conversation definitely needed to be had. At number 2, Steve Jobs. The late Steve Jobs was a freaking genius. He had an IQ on par with Albert Einstein, he created one of the biggest companies in the world, and he was just an overall successful guy. Apart from his business life, however, people also took interest in his personal life, the way he lived, and so on. Steve was big on veganism and fruitarianism, meaning that he ate a diet that consisted primarily of fruits and veggies. He even ate so many carrots and apples at one point that he started to turn orange, so that's a little fun fact for you. But one of the things that people found a little bizarre about Steve was the fact that he never wore deodorant. Steve believed that because of his strict vegan diet that his body was naturally detoxifying itself, and so he believed that he didn't need deodorant. But funnily enough, there have been fellow co-workers who've been quoted saying otherwise. I guess that's just one of those cool quirks about Steve Jobs that helps his memory live on as someone other than the guy who just invented Apple. And finally, at number 1, Brad Pitt. Lastly, we have Hollywood actor Brad Pitt, and I guess his name is a little fitting for this topic because apparently he does not put anything on those pits of his, because he doesn't wear deodorant and instead apparently smells like a, quote, mixture of lemons, water, and apple cider vinegar, end quote. Brad has opened up about his personal hygiene practices, and they're a little unconventional. Apparently, the actor has sworn off wearing deodorant and even stopped using soap, saying that he, quote, read up on the toxins of soap, especially the antibacterial ones, and feels using them and antiperspirants is not only bad for the planet, but also speeds up the aging process in humans, end quote. Instead of taking a shower and using some kind of product in his pits, he instead admitted to just wiping down his body with baby wipes and calling it a day. Apparently, while he was still with Angelina and the kids, they weren't the biggest fan of his odor, and Angelina told sources that the kids used to call Brad, quote, stinky daddy, end quote. Apparently, one time his kids swarmed him and pelted him with bars of Irish Spring soap and sprayed him down with was Chanel number 5, so clearly Brad smelled bad enough for his kids to plan an ambush. Some have also said that he smells like a dog, so that's fun. Actually, no it's not. It sounds very unpleasant. Anyways, before I wrap things up, I want you guys to leave me a comment telling me what you think about this hot debate on celebrities and their hygiene. I think this is just some bizarre thing to discuss, but apparently people are obsessed. Are you? Let me know your thoughts down below. Anyways, that's all I've got for you guys today. I've been your host, Bria Room, and until next time, stay safe out there, make good choices, use deodorant, and I will see you guys later. Bye! What is my job? What am I doing? According to sources, Simon said,